All right, my man. State your name. Let them know you on Real Talk with Nick.
Derek Perry, and I'm on Real Talk with Nicovelli.
That's what's up, man. Damn, you said the whole name out. That's what I'm talking about. My day ones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're going to get into it, man, with Nicovelli King on Real Talk with Nick as we break down the Nick Chronicles out here in Harlem on a hot summer day. You know, I know, brother, you're a Knick fan, and I know you read about all the talk when we speak of these Knicks off-season. When we talk about the point guard situation, when we talk about giving up draft picks, when we talk about clearing the cap space, you know. Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell is the two big names. We already got Jalen Brunson. Do you think he's the right fit when we speak of these new Knickerbockers?
Yeah, it is.
Do I think he's the right fit? I don't know, man. I don't put it this way. I think we paid a lot of money for him. I think that I like what I saw from him in Dallas. He's not a superstar. We paid him almost like a superstar.
104 mil.
Okay. So I don't know, man. Like, I like him. I do like him. I like him.
Let's start off with his upscale. What's his upscale?
Well, let me say this to you, right? We need players, right? Brunson, Jalen Brunson, I remember his father was in New York, right? We hired his father. You know, it seemed like we was kind of like wooing him, like, right? I felt like he wanted to come to New York. So why did we have to, like, you know, we acquiesce to people a lot of times when they want to come, like, i.e. Carmelo, you know, some years ago. So I felt like we could have maybe got, who were we bidding against? Because I don't know if Dallas didn't match that, right?
For who?
Brunson.
No, he's coming. He's here.
No, I'm saying prior to him signing with the Knicks, I'm saying who were we bidding against? Like, we could have offered him a little lower money, right? And I don't know if Dallas wanted him, they would have matched regardless, right? So I'm saying that we overpaid for Jalen Brunson, so we got him. Now, what's next, right? You're talking about Donovan Mitchell. I like Donovan Mitchell. He is in the upper tier.
Is he a superstar in y'all? Let's start there.
Is he a superstar? I'm going to say he's on the threshold of becoming a superstar. Would I say he's a superstar? I'm going to say he's an all-star, right? Hopefully he can become a superstar. Now, my reluctance is that we're going to give up so much to get him, right? That we're not going to. He's going to be in a position where he's going to have to just like be a ball hawk. I mean, like, score the ball all the time, do everything, and we're not going to be any better. So
you're afraid he's going to isolate the ball?
Well, not necessarily isolate the ball, but I'm saying that I know how Danny Ainge is. Danny Ainge don't play. Danny Ainge is he's going to try to fleece us for somebody who, again, wants to come to us. So
this reminds you of the Carmelo Anthony situation, right? Well, when we gave up all these players for a player who already wanted to come.
That's what I was talking about when I said Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson wanted to come in. Now, I don't know if this is a similar situation because I don't know if Donovan Mitchell, like, how many years he have left on his contract. I know Melo was going to become a free agent that off season, so we could have just waited. He wanted to come, so I don't know if that. I don't think Donovan Mitchell was in that situation. I think he just signed a max deal for the time that he's been here. So. I'm just curious to see what we're going to have to give up, right? Now, if we could give up Randle, just match the salaries pretty much, and maybe some other guy. I don't want to give up, what's the left-handed guy, the young guy from Duke? I don't want to give
RJ Barrett.
I don't want to give up Barrett.
And he was in mention of talks
and I don't
in the package.
Mitchell Robinson, right? I'm not.
But you know who we might lose, man, if we get Donovan Mitchell, man? Obi,
right?
Quentin Grimes.
Okay, those guys, right?
McBride.
Okay, see those.
Some say that, I hate to cut you off, but some say that McBride's one of the most defensive players on the Knicks right now.
Okay, see, I can't even comment on that. I know these guys played in summer league, I think, right?
Right.
And they, from what I hear, they look well. So I don't know enough about those guys' game, but I do know unlike like a Golden State, how they develop those players. Like those guys could be compared to like Poole, Damian Lee, and Gary Payton II, like in terms of being drafted by being drafted by the team. We got to start developing those type of guys that come to us, and so they can turn out to be like those Golden State type of players.
So you're saying the Knicks is too busy trying to pay for players instead of develop players?
Absolutely, and I'm not saying too busy, but what are we creating? We creating all this cap space, right? When you look at what we're claiming to do, right? We're creating cap space, and at the end of the day, all we have to show for it is Jalen Brunson and what's my man Donovan Mitchell. We're not at the most we're gonna probably be like a playing team at the most. So like we're not gonna be we got Philly, Boston, Milwaukee, Chicago. Who else? I gotta be one or two other teams I'm forgetting about. That's already that's gonna be already in front of the Knicks. So if you're doing all that to be a playing team, I think we need to reassess what we're doing, man.
Think so?
Yeah, man.
So what do you say to those who say that Donovan Mitchell ain't have no postseason success himself? The Knicks is paying non-superstar players superstar money. And that's basically what you're saying. You said that Donovan Mitchell could be in the threshold of becoming a superstar, but he ain't that yet.
Yeah. Well, let's go to Jalen Brunson, right? Jalen Brunson has had playoff success. He's cooked in the playoffs. So I'm not saying that we're paying guys who haven't had playoff success. I just don't know if Jalen Brunson, if his ceiling is what we saw in Dallas in the playoffs, right? Which he played well.
Can he play off the ball? Meaning when he can't get hot, can he get other players involved? Is Jalen Brunson that type of point guard?
Well, you know what? I think that the jury's out on that, because when you play with Luka, you don't have to get other players involved as much, because Luka's that guy, right? When you play with Luka, he's not the point guard, right? Luka's the point guard. So theoretically, he's playing off the ball. So I feel like we're trading, or we signing him to be our point guard. So now he's going to have to get players involved because he's the point guard now. I think point guard was his natural position, if I'm not mistaken, in college. Like, I like Brunson, man. I like his makeup. I like what he did in college. I like him. I like his progression. So I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, I don't know if he's the answer. He could be our third. He could be our third person. You know what I mean? So let's say we get Donovan Mitchell. We're going to give up a lot to get him. Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson. Now, if you're telling me, look, our plan is we got to start somewhere, and we started with those two guys, and we're continuing to build, right? So let's say those are our two guys for now, and we go out and get a superstar, right? To pair with those guys. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel if that's what we're doing. Now, I don't know what our salary cap is going to look like. Our draft pick stable is going to look like after this Danny Ainge deal. So, I'm with all the failings that we had as New York fans, sometimes people asking for too much right away. So I'm willing to give it a shot.
Willing to give it a shot.
I'm willing to give it a shot and see what's up. Donovan Mitchell's under contract right now, so we don't have to re-sign him right away. I don't believe. But nowadays, guys are getting re-signed with 2 or 3 years left on their contract. So let's see what happens.
Okay, now I want to talk about Rick Brunson.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson father.
Uh-huh.
Some say, or some speculating, if Tom Thibodeau don't have a successful year as a coach, that Rick Brunson could possibly be there to replace him as a head coach. Do you see that? Or was Rick Brunson just solely there just to bring in his son?
I believe there's a connection with Wild West or whatever and Rick Brunson, I believe there's a connection there.
Right.
So you figure I'm going to hire your pops. We already cool. We know what's coming with your son. If I'm Jalen Brunson, and the Knicks hire my pops, and I know that I already know I want to play for the Knicks. I already know I want to be that guy. So that's that's a good situation for everybody.
Do you think it's going to be a conflict of interest? Because some say that Tom Thibodeau didn't hold Julius Randle accountable. Could we be repeating the same scenario when we speak of Jalen Brunson, being that his pops is the assistant coach?
Well,
do you think it's going to be a lack of accountability coming from?
No, I don't think, because I think Jalen Brunson is a professional. Like I said, I like his makeup. I'd be surprised if Jalen Brunson came to the Knicks and changed his personality and changed his makeup because his father is working there. Like if anything, he would probably play harder to not make his father look bad because he doesn't want to show there's any favoritism. But again, he's the player right now. He's better than his father. So and right now, guys are making money that guys that his father and those guys never made. So I don't think there's going to be a conflict of interest. I think that we got to get rid of Randle now.
Okay, speaking of Randle, man,
that's what we got to do.
He's on the Knicks, some say, because no one want to pay the money he's worth. Like he's stuck. Do you think Randle want to be a Knickerbocker at this time, man?
Well, I think that he's probably in the best situation he's going to be in because he's able to get away with the stuff that he gets away with, right? And when I say that, I mean being a ball stopper, getting into it with the media, not with the media, but the fans and stuff like that, right? I don't know if that would fly other places, right? Especially when we know what it takes to be successful, right? We know that the Knicks play better when they move the ball, right? So I'm sure Randle sees that as well. So my thing is like, it's not that do you want to be a Knick, it's how can you put the team before your own self and stop being so selfish? Because if he's looking for success, team success, then he has to move the ball more. And if he can't do that, then hey, see ya.
Okay.
See you later, man.
All right. Now I'm gonna play devil advocate because yes, Julius Randle, some say, has been isolating the ball. Some say Julius Randle have trust issues with his teammate. Now that we have a point guard in Jalen Brunson, do you think that'll give more open looks to Julius Randle to play post basketball on the inside?
Let me speak to the first thing that you said, right? When you say some say that he has trust issues with his teammates, right? I remember not too long ago when he was with the Lakers, right? And he was more equivalent to his Knicks teammates than he is to himself now. So on the other teams he played for, the Lakers, he was like his teammates. He wasn't one of the top tier players. So for him to say that, the nerve of him, for him to say, I don't have confidence in these guys, when 3, 4, 5 years ago you were those guys. So, don't forget where you came from, bro.
You heard him say that?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying that.
Oh, you piggyback that? Okay.
No, when you said that, some say that he, and sometimes he plays like that is the case. Like, yo, bro, I don't know where you're coming from, man. You was those dudes a few years back, man. So, again, you asked me, well, you think he'll play more because we have a point guard,
right? So he don't have to play point forward no more. He don't have to try to bring the ball.
Well,
now that we got Jalen Brunson, do you think he would let Jalen Brunson play his position and Julius Randle be the power forward we all need him to be, man?
I feel like Jalen Brunson will command his respect. Like, we'll tell him, give me the ball and you go down the post. Although I don't know how receptive Randle will be, but I think that Jalen Brunson being a natural point guard, he's done that his whole life, set the game up, set plays up. So why would he not do that now? I'm sure that's what he would do with the backing of the coaching staff. So let's see how Randle is receptive to that.
Okay. Now I want to talk about RJ Barrett, man. What can we expect from RJ? Each year, this boy game elevates, man.
Yeah.
We see more and more out of RJ.
Yeah.
What do you think we're going to expect when we speak of his arsenal, when we speak of the skills that he possesses on the court, man?
Well, I like his progression. I like where RJ is going. I believe he's maybe started off a little slow, being drafted. I don't know what's this, maybe his fourth year, somewhere around it. But I like his game. I like his progression. I don't know what's going to happen if we get Donovan Mitchell. We're still going to have RJ Barrett. So as far as his talent is concerned, I see him being an all-star
this year. Is he old?
I gotta sit down on paper and look at that. He plays the 2, right?
Right.
So
shooting guard.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta see what it looked like on paper when I look at the whole East. But I do believe that he's on pace to become an all-star. Will it be this year? I'm not sure. I think his game is expanding.
Okay.
I think he developed a 3-shot some more.
Right.
I think he's becoming more confident, and I think that he's letting the game come to him more. Maybe I think the game is slowing down for him a little bit more, and because of those things, we see the player that we thought we would see coming out of Duke. So as far as his future with the Knicks, if he's going to be a Knick, I see him, like I said, becoming I see him becoming. I would like him to stay with the Knicks. I would like him to be part of the team, the people that we build with. I know he's going to be looking for a contract soon. So again, I'm not going to say I'd rather him over Donovan Mitchell. I'm just saying if we could keep him
right
and have Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, RJ Barrett, possibly RJ could play the 3. I don't know, but that would be a nice little something to build on right there.
Okay. And last but not least, man, for what Danny Ainge is asking for us to acquire Donovan Mitchell, some are afraid that although the Knicks starting 5 might be strong, that you're going to make the bench weak.
Well, see, this is where we have to be shrewd. We have to be shrewd about this. Again, who are we betting against, right? And we can't let. I can see both sides of the coin. Rudy Gobert, I don't know. He fetched a huge ransom, right? I believe, I don't know how many number ones and all that, right? So let's just say, I forgot, I don't know what it is, but let's say they gave up 4 or 5 number ones.
Right.
I gotta go upstairs, man. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'll be right there, man. Everything okay? Okay. I'll be right upstairs now. Okay, I'll be right there.
All right, we got to make that call, man. When Mama make the call, man, it's much respect and understandable, man.
Yes. Where were we at just now?
We was talking about Donovan Mitchell coming to the Knicks and making the bench weaker in return.
So, I'm hoping that we don't look. We have a lot of draft picks, right? We got a lot of picks. Take them picks, right? I was talking about Rudy Gobert and all that. Now I know they just got so many picks for Rudy Gobert. You figure Donovan Mitchell is better than Rudy Gobert. So if you're comparing what you received from Rudy Gobert, then you're looking to probably get a lot more. And that's where the trouble lies. We have to come to some type of we have to come with some type of leverage, because again, who are we bidding against, right? I believe now Utah is in rebuild mode. So how much does Donovan Mitchell want to be there? Donovan Mitchell could just kind of force his way out if he wanted to, and we can just kind of chill. So at the end of the day, Donovan, let's put the impetus back on. Let's put the onus back on Donovan Mitchell, right? Let's say, you know what, Donovan, you want to play with us? Force your way out, right? We don't have to give up nothing, not much. I'm saying not nearly as much. I'm not saying not nothing because it would have to be either a sign and trade or some kind of way because he's under contract, right? So let's do it that way so that when you come to us, we still have some room to build. Because if you really want to come to us, why don't you want to come to us and we be a 6 seed? You know, and fighting for the playing spot.
Right.
So let's see.
All right, my man, and that's what it is, man. I want to thank the OG coming in the heart of Harlem, talking nothing but Knick basketball, man.
No question, man. I'm here, man.
All right,
every day.
And that's what it is, man. On Real Talk with Nick. Peace.
Send me the